When you talk about Belgium, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Belgium, you know what I think? Beer.
And I think about chocolate. So this is the perfect country for us. Belgium is one of the smallest countries in Europe, bordered by France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Germany. Every year, it produces over 220,000 tons of chocolate. That's about 22 kilos per citizen. It's also home to Tintin and the Smurfs. Their main city is a major transportation hub in Europe. It is very easy to come here by high-speed train. This is how we traveled from France. This is Brussels, the capital of Belgium and also the European Union. We spent 3 days in Brussels. In this video, you'll see what it's like. The country famous for chocolate. I start the day with the hot chocolate.
Oh my, oh my.
So we both got pancakes, mine with salted caramel and banana, and Gordon's with bacon and eggs.
Oh my God. ¿Cuántos calorías?
Oh my goodness, a million. This is worth every calorie. Now, this is the most famous, the most popular, and probably the most beautiful square in town. Welcome to the Grand Place. You'll never see this building same way again.
Maybe, maybe not.
Does anything call your attention?
Yeah, it's got a big center section, spire into the sky.
I'm gonna ruin it for you. It's totally asymmetric.
One side's longer than the other.
Not only that, look at the design, the windows on the second level, how the design is totally different. The tower in the middle is not at the same level either.
The engineer, his instruments were off. Thankfully, they weren't so off that the thing fell down.
Well, it was built by 3 different architects at 3 different time
Okay,
periods.
so 3 different sets of instruments. There you go.
They all wanted to leave their mark. We came to Brussels at the best possible time, when the square looked magical. This is a flower carpet. Everything here, all this made of flowers. The design was inspired by street art and represented Brussels' diversity. We got tickets to see from above, so we'll be back. Just off the square, there's a statue of an important politician who recovered Brussels from the Flemings in the 14th century. Most foreigners don't even know the full story, but they come here because rumor has it that if you touch him, you'll be very lucky and we'll return to Brussels. So let's do the same, why not? Anywhere you go in Brussels, you'll find mini sculptures or souvenirs of something very emblematic here in the city. Meet Mannequin Pis. But why? Why is this so important? It is a very old statue from the Middle Ages. I heard 2 reasons. One, that it's related to the tannery past of the city. Tanners needed ammonium, and there's plenty of ammonium in the pea. And another version is that there was a bomb about to blow up the city, and a little boy managed to defuse the bomb with the weapon that he had available. Everybody comes here for pictures, but this one is a replica. Later in this video, I'll show you the real one. All these cute houses around the square were guild houses, mainly used for tax collection.
That's why they have money, because they tax the people. It's like a union, it's an association. So that might be of a guild for the butchers, bakeries. This might be for the woodworkers.
No, you're wrong. I know what that one is for.
What?
The Guild of Beer.
I see hops and barley. Hops, barley, barley, hops. Hops, barley. Is that a guild? That's the biggest building. That must have been the House of Grains, because the grains were more important.
No, here's another iconic building on this square, and it's this one here. It has 2 different names, Gordon. In French, it has one meaning, and in Dutch, it has a different meaning.
What's the name?
Do you want in French or in Dutch?
Tell me.
In French, it translates to the king's house. In Dutch, it translates to the bread house.
So the king liked to eat lots of bread?
No, it actually relates to 2 different periods of the history of Brussels. In the 13th century, there was a bread market over here, and the link to the king dates back to the 16th century, but there was no king in Belgium or Brussels. Belgium didn't even exist as a country to start with.
Okay.
So what king is this?
France.
Close, Spain.
Oh.
Charles V from Spain.
Okay.
He was the original owner of this house. Today, this is a museum where you can learn the history of Brussels. The development of Brussels started right over here
a little before the year 1000. This is Brussels in the 13th century. The wall was 4 kilometers long. It's not much, huh? All the houses in the Grand Place have a similar style, and they're from the 1600s because look at what happened in the 1600s. French troops bombarded Brussels. Only a few facades could withstand the fire, including the town hall and the king's house, here where we are. Look at how interesting. These are all emblems from different European kingdoms, mainly from Spain. Different coats of arms.
Let's go see the original.
Everybody thinks they see the real one on the street, but no, this is the real Melican piece. The reason it's protected is because it's been stolen quite a few times. And here at the museum, you can see it without the crowds. The first mention of the existence of this statue was in an administrative document from 1451. In 1747, King Louis XV of France decorated him with the Order of St. Louis. Melican piece has also been taken very seriously.
It'll fit in my backpack.
Another original you can see up close here is the statue of St. Michael from the top of the town hall. It not only survived the bombing and the fire, but also 5 centuries of exposure to the weather. Today, what we see outside is a replica.
Wow. Look at this view from here now. What a special time to be here, huh? This flower carpet with this magnificent building right in front of us.
Hola.
There are 2 balconies that you could access, to have this view from the city hall, which is where everyone goes. But there's also this museum here.
There's lots of people here. There's lots of people there.
Yeah.
There's lots of people everywhere.
The advantage of this one that we chose is because from here, you also have the view to the city hall. Look at that building. And it is so beautiful.
And it's higher. It's higher than their balcony. Oh, they're all beautiful buildings, I think. Some have gold, some don't. Some have a horseman on top. There's lots of flowers, a lot.
But here's the question, is it here all the time?
No.
It's once every 2 years.
4 days only.
This is how rare this is, and we're so lucky to witness this.
If you're gonna come, find out when the carpet show is, the flower carpet, and then be prepared because all of Belgium and Netherlands and France are here too. That's how many people are here.
As everyone started following the parade, we did the same. We soon realized that Melican piece was now dressed.
It's not pea.
You're sure it is pink?
It's hard to see from here. Delirium, free beer, maybe.
Why maybe?
You pay for the glass. If you return the glass, then the beer's free.
You're returning the glass? Nice day to see the change of the outfit.
Yeah.
We happen to be here on a day that the Melican got a new outfit and the celebration is with beer. New outfit sponsored by probably the most famous bar in town, Delirium. They're in the Guinness Book, selling more than 2,000 beers. Eventually we'll go there too, check it out. But for now, let's just enjoy it here.
Time for a refill. Round 2.
Free?
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Say hi to the camera!
The Melican is beloved here in Belgium, and occasionally he wears different outfits. There's even a museum here dedicated to his wardrobe. And our tickets to the previous museum gives free entrance.
Look at that, Canada.
Ah.
And
Oh, sweet. The mannequin has more than 1,000 outfits, but they can only display 140 at a time. So they rotate them. We're so lucky to be here and see both Brazil and Canada together. Here's a replica of the first outfit ever from 1747. It was a gift from King Louis XV of France. The original still exists, this one here from the picture, but it's faded now. That's why they created this replica. You can dress him up too. I have to put a hat on, huh? Oh.
How about that?
This is the only statue in the world to have so many outfits.
Thank you.
Another beer, as if you didn't have enough beer, huh?
This one is special because it's made by monks in a monastery, l'Abbé. It's almost at the French border. And the profits go to charity.
There are very few Trappist beers in the world. I think just 12 or 13, and 5 of them are located here in Belgium.
Almost half. Where are the other half?
Spread around the world.
Oito. Oh my, stay strong.
How do you evaluate your first Trappist beer?
Smooth, a little bit bitter, but good.
Look at this. This is how you prepare hot chocolate in Belgium. Crunchy cake made of shrimp. Croque monsieur. Délicieux. Tout s'est très bien passé. Cheers!
This cafe has been here since 1874, 150 years. I think they're doing something right, whether it's the beer, the food,
Or the location.
or the location.
But the highlight of the day was actually in the evening. This show only happens during the flower carpet event, but there are other light shows at the Grand Place throughout the year, especially during the Christmas season.
People may not know, but Belgium has a royal family.
Yeah.
Do they live here?
No, nobody lives in the Royal Palace anymore.
Yes, they work here. They live today in a different palace in the outskirts of the city.
What you looking at?
It's beautiful. No, just a shame that we cannot visit.
Por qué?
It's temporarily closed. I don't know. Belgium is relatively a new country. It only gained independence in 1830 from the Netherlands. Before this, Belgians were half French, half Dutch. This area even belongs to Spain for some time, so it was a mix. The official languages here are French and Flemish, which is a variation of Dutch. So you may think that they have a lot of things in common with the Netherlands, right? Culturally speaking, the language, well, maybe. But 200 years ago, there was a major difference: religion. The majority was Catholic here and Protestants over there. Today it is totally different, but 200 years ago, this was a big deal. Very nice that you can just walk all the way here, right? No fences or anything, you have a clear view. So nice. Nice park, right in front of the Royal Palace.
It's for somebody special, yeah. Can't wait it out tonight.
House of Representatives for Belgium, which will kind of make sense, right? The people get represented here. The king's all the way over there. You just have to send one person over and go talk to the king.
Yeah.
The street has a bunch of flags, both the EU and Belgium flags. So I'm assuming this street is all Belgium government.
It's nice. Just a curious story about that building. That is the Palace of Justice. I heard that the scaffolding by now is basically part of the structure. It's been there for 40 years.
Would you wait for me, girl?
So beautiful, huh?
Thank you.
No. Here's one of the most beautiful views of Brussels. And do you recognize the tower?
That's not the Hotel de Ville.
It is exactly the Hotel de Ville. That's a town hall. This goes to show how close things are here in the historical center of Brussels, right? You can walk everywhere. From here to there, about 8 to 10 minutes. How lovely. That was totally unexpected. We were just passing by. All of a sudden, we heard the bells. Guilt-free fries.
Oh my God, that's huge.
It is.
What sauce you get?
Mayonnaise truffle. Wow, these fries are wonderful. Can I say that it's the best I've ever had, Gordon?
No, you're banned from saying that ever again.
Fries are so good in Belgium because they perfected the way to prepare it. You deep fry twice. The first one in not so hot oil, just to get it soft inside. But the second time with a super hot oil so that it's very crispy outside. And you always get with some kind of sauce. They have a huge variety. One thing the Belgians told me, ketchup and mustard are for tourists. Go with something else.
Look at that, it's fixed. Someone did some serious thinking. That's crunchy.
Yeah. You like the sauce?
Yeah, you definitely need it though, otherwise it's kind of just French fry oil.
Yeah, regular fries. Now, if you want to offend a Belgian, call those French fries.
But they are.
They're not French fries.
Oh, they're Belgian fries.
They're fries. Now, why are they called French fries?
Because the French invented?
Two versions that I heard of. One is that they were invented in the 1600s in a region that is now Belgium, but at the time it was France. And the other, quite possibly,
is a Frenchman who created them in Belgium?
No.
No?
American soldiers were stationed here during World War II. They started eating these delicious things. They didn't know if they were in France or in Belgium. Exactly.
So they called it
They called it French. They heard everyone speaking French, and they assumed they were in France. No flowers. Look at this. Isn't it so strange to walk all this where the flowers were? I'm loving to stay at the city center because it is so easy to come back to our favorite places like the main square, the Grand Place. And today, look at this. With no flowers. This is most likely what it'll look like when you come here to visit. Our hotel was 3 minutes away from the Grand Place and the train station, so we've been walking everywhere since the beginning. One thing's certain, a lot more space to walk. You don't feel cramped anymore. Time to finally visit the City Hall. Oh, they give you an audio guide here, and there are two versions. You can choose the adults tour or the family tour. This building was erected to become the town hall, and several important events for the city and the country happened here. It was in this room here that the independence was proclaimed in 1830. The town hall was first built in the Middle Ages when the city was bombarded by the French. A lot of the interior was destroyed, so most of what we see here is original, but from after that period, mainly from the 18th century on.
It's big. I've only got 1/3 way through.
Tapestry from the 16th century, already showing the town hall back there. Belgian tapestries are so famous that they're spreading many castles throughout Europe. There's a wedding room in the City Hall. Look at this room, how beautiful. And we're so lucky to get here when nobody's around. Welcome to the reception room. Very beautiful, but unfortunately you pass in front of the building and you don't get to see the balcony with the view to the square. I'm glad we saw from the other side. Just like the rest of the city, these galleries are full of chocolate shops. Any idea what does this mean?
She has a warrant tied to the royal family. She's the only one that made chocolates for the family.
I wouldn't say the only one, but this indicates that they are supplier to the royal family. If it is good enough for the royal family, it's good enough for me, right?
Mary was the first female master chocolate here in Europe and also the first one to supply the royal family in 1942. The blue one for the king and the pink one for the queen.
Wow, how nice! This was only sold to the royal family until a few years ago.
This one was designed for Coco Chanel.
So shall we go with the king version or the queen's version? I got the royal chocolate made specially for the king. Even the bag matches. Look how lovely! If you've ever been to Milan, they're famous for galleries in this style, but this one did not copy Milan. It was exactly the other way around. The galleries in Milan were inspired by this one. The different chocolates over the years since 1857.
Jesus, their chocolates are expensive.
At Neuhauser had hopes to get the original praline as they invented the praline in 1857, but they don't sell that chocolate anymore. Instead, I got here a box Irresistible chocolates. Not only that, they gave me some free ones. Different chocolates from different parts of the world. Brazil!
Whoa, 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 whoa. No Canada.
And this Canada produced cocoa beans. Come on. And imagine me coming to Belgium to get a Brazilian chocolate. Well, this is really dark. Look at that. 80% cocoa. This is really strong.
We would take. You know what I just realized?
What?
I don't think we're coming back to Belgium. All the profits are going to chocolate. Look at this collection.
You know something very interesting? The expiration date, I just noted here in the last one, this expires in a month. She was explaining that that's because they don't have all the preservatives that regular chocolates do. Now, according to some Belgians I talked to, this Marcolini is considered the most sophisticated chocolate here in Belgium.
I've got information you don't know.
What?
Belgium is the third largest producer of chocolates in the world. They follow strict regulations, no artificial ingredients. Ooh, natural.
These galleries are not only gorgeous, but in the past they were very exclusive, you know, really only for the rich. So much so that you had to pay an entrance fee just for the privilege of walking over here. This was in the 1840s. You can find two different versions of waffles here.
Yeah, good, bad.
No, the good and the good. The Brussels style and the Liège style. The Brussels is more square. Normally you have with some toppings. The Liège style is a little bit rounder like this, and it's prepared with pearl sugar, so it's naturally more sweet. I found this shop here selling the Liège version. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. In the US, I'd never imagine myself having plain waffles like this without a syrup, but here, it is so good. Do you miss your maple syrup?
No, it's got sweetness on it.
Yes, yes, it works, right?
Yeah, it's real good. You don't need more on it. That's good.
The country of Belgium is relatively young, but not the city of Brussels. Brussels has 1 millennium of history, and down here you can see a little bit of the ruins, constructions from the 13th century. With the reflection, it is very hard to see through the camera, but this is an exhibition. You can go there and check it out. Deja vu? We were here yesterday. We're back to the same area to try a different beer this time. But first, let's talk about this building. As someone who likes finance, you probably know what this is, right? The Bourse?
Oh, you mean the stock exchange?
Yeah. Today, it's not the stock exchange anymore. You can come here for something else.
Yeah, you can tap into the bank of beer.
They have a beer experience here, so if you want to learn about Belgian beer, how it's produced and everything.
The Bourse is the place. Bourse for beer.
But after 5:30, the rooftop bar is open to the public. That's why we're here. So nice, nice view. I can't believe that coming up here is totally free.
Quite a bit of this here. Fruit beers. I remember I tried one in France. I saw quite a few places that we stopped.
That is huge. Merci beaucoup. Someone was not kidding when he said he wanted a large beer, huh? Look at the size compared to my iced tea.
Grande. Wow.
So cheers.
Their beers are smooth. It's got a little bit of a caramel taste, but taste it.
Very smooth. Wow. Beer here is very different compared to other parts of the world. Good choice. You were mentioning the various ingredients, right? In Belgian beer, that's exactly a main difference compared to German beer, for example. Germany is also very famous for beer, but there they only have 3 ingredients. The 3 main ingredients you need to create beer. Here, they're creative. That's why you find a lot of fruits, caramel, some different flavors.
From the ground with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wearing proud. What they was talking about.
Brussels is the capital not only of Belgium, but also of the European Union. And also it's the headquarters of NATO. So today we're in this different part of town known as the European Quarter. Democracy in action. There's a little piece of the Berlin Wall here. European history, huh? European Parliament, written in all the European languages. There are some very cool places you can visit here in this area, and they're free. We're now at the European Parliament. A lot of people don't even imagine you can come here for a visit. Here, the European Union map, missing a few countries that not everyone is aware that they are not part of the European Union, like Switzerland and Norway, and the map is already updated for Brexit. Now the highlight of the tour, the plenary of the chamber. Wow, look at how many seats, huh? 705 members in total. When we see this on TV, you can say, I was there. They only meet here like 4 times a year.
The machines in the booth are to vote.
Look at all the cabins here for translation also. 24 languages in total.
Population, member representatives. So Germany, Deutschland, the most populated country, has 96 reps.
Look at the ballots in ancient Greece. This is how people used to vote. An ID card in Germany. If you were a Jew, they'd stamp this J here. A true blade from a guillotine. As the name suggests, this is the Museum of European History, and at times I kind of forget where I am, that I am in Belgium, because you learn about so many other countries here. You see a lot of things from France, Germany, many other European countries. Very interesting. They measured the size of the cranium to determine how smart someone was, right? So someone with the size of yours
What are you saying?
would be the smartest of all.
Oh, that's a book of European laws, 88,000 pages.
Oh my goodness. This museum takes you on a journey through history, wars, crisis, post-wars, post-crisis, until you get to the point where we are today and the current situation of the European Union. Very interesting, and it's very interactive because you get this tablet for free to guide you along. And look at this. I've never seen a guided tour available in so many languages.
There she goes again. She needs to get a waffle. Yeah.
How can I resist? Oh, it's so good, baby.
I saw the Canadian flag. Canadian embassy. So I suppose there's lots of embassies in this area, so close to the EU. Canada. Oh, there we go. There you go.
Deer even in the wall here. Wow! Oh my goodness! Look at that! How many pages? Whoa!
A few alphabetical.
You know what's most impressive? It's 2,000 Belgian beers. Only Belgian.
What's your strangest beer?
I have habanero, I have something like kumquats, I want pepper.
Whoa!
There's a bit of everything on this place.
It's really light. It's got, I don't want to say a bitter taste, almost like a little bit of grapefruit, but it's smooth.
It smells fruity, right? In a way. I was concerned you to choose the habanero one, the pepper beer. Although they have chocolate beer as well, but this one is good. Good choice. Cheers! Sante! How do you choose among 2004 beers?
You just pick one and you run with it.
If you think I'm attracted to sweets, you're attracted to what, Gordon?
You.
Yeah, let me show. Now let me show you something very interesting here outside. Ta-da! The female version of the mannequin piece. I cannot leave Brussels without trying my chocolate. So let's start with the first one.
Whoa. Yeah, you can.
The King's chocolate. How lovely.
Gold cover. Oh. That looks like Gordon needs to try first. What is that? Nougat.
This is not white chocolate. Interesting combination.
Well, that's not good enough.
It's not the best chocolate I've ever had.
Oh, you get the top end chocolate and you're telling me it's not the best?
No, I'm saying this one.
What do you mean? It was good.
Yeah, this is good.
When it makes you go, I don't quite get it, but I'm thinking it's a good chocolate. It seems to me like a hint of a sweet fruit.
Let's go with Neuhaus.
Neuhaus. Newhouse?
Neuhaus, I guess.
Unveil them.
Ooh.
Those look sinful.
Since they invented a praline, let's go with this one here that it looks like it has something in the middle, right?
What's in it?
Nuts. It is delicious.
You're not very delicate in how you bite. It's a chocolate. It's soft. It's some sort of caramel external covered in chocolate. That was good. Is this not number one chocolate now?
Marcolini, yeah. It's considered a number one.
Ooh. Look at that heart.
I'll go with the American football.
Oh, look at that layers. That looks so good.
Amazing. It's crunchy, but not from nuts. It's crunchy from caramel or something caramelized.
I think there's a thin layer of a wafer in there.
Which one is your favorite now?
All of them.
I'm with you. Hard to pick a winner. Belgium has 3 official languages. Flemish, which is basically Dutch with a different accent, also French and German in a small part. Here in Brussels, they are bilingual, French and Flemish. But everyone we met spoke French as a first language, and everyone speaks English as well. Now, in the next video, we're going to a region where Flemish is the first language. I'll see you in Bruges.